welcome to the floor once again. Please excuse the background noise. I'm doing last minute laundry of my tablecloth because it was dirty from outdoor events. Today is Thursday, the day before Sakura Con Artist Alley starts, and artists are allowed to go into the convention hall on Thursday to go and set up their booth. So that is what I am planning on doing today. I have a friend helping me tomorrow with a car, but tomorrow we need to be all set up before, I think it's 9 a.m. because I think Artist Alley starts at 10. But if it starts at 11, it's set up by 10. Basically an hour before Artist Alley opens, we need to be all set up so that they can walk around and make sure everyone's booths are meeting requirements. And I don't really want to have to rush tomorrow, so I figured I would take the bus over there today and just bring my suitcase, which you can kind of see here, and then bring some extra product and stuff tomorrow when I have access to that friend's car. So my fiance is going to be helping me today because this guy is going to be heavy because I've stuffed it full of products and my displays, and then I will kind of go through and set up my display mostly. That way I don't have to rush tomorrow morning. But here's a little tour of what my Tetrised suitcase looks like that I bring with me to events. It's a little bit fuller than normal. I've added in these wooden shelves because I'm thinking that I will use them to display some of my clothing and possibly washi tape on top. I also made these new washi tape boxes that it's going to be the first time I'm using them this event, so we'll see how that goes. And then other than that, it's mostly the same display pieces as I bring to my normal events. I am just bringing everything because it's an 8-foot table, which is much larger than my usual 4-foot or 6-foot setup. And then product-wise, I have a few new products that I am having to shove in here. I have my ribbons that I'm bringing for this event. The idea being that if you make a purchase of $10 or more, you get 1 ribbon. And if you make a purchase of $20 or more, you get 2 ribbons. Additionally, I had pins come in and a bunch of new stickers, so having to find room for those guys. And I did not put my mouse pads or any of the clothing I'm planning on bringing in here because I will be bringing those tomorrow. I'm pretty nervous about this event just because it's the first really big convention that I've done. In terms of conventions, I've only previously done Geek Girl Con for one day, which was much smaller, also in the Seattle Convention Center, but a much smaller event, and I only did it for the one day, so we shall see. I have like high hopes, but also I was looking at the Artist Alley map last night and going through and kind of marking down which artists I want to go visit and potentially buy things from. And it gave me some imposter syndrome of, ooh, is my stuff gonna like hold up in this type of event? Because I don't have the traditional like anime style or like the, I don't know. My art is very different from like a traditional digital artist, which is a weird mashup of words, but like most digital artists have a sort of painterly style, or you know, use programs like CSP or Photoshop, things like that. And I do not. I do pretty much all vector artwork, which means much harsher lines, just like very different style than the majority of people in Artist Alley. So I'm a little bit worried. I did, however, see when I was looking, I only made it like maybe 2/3 of the way through the list, and I didn't even touch exhibitors. So there's so many artists. But I did actually see in Artist Alley 2 other block printers, which made me really happy. Because I feel like in artist alleys or convention art spaces, you don't see nearly as much traditional artwork like printmaking or like oil painting or something like that. It's just not the space that you would normally find it. So very excited to see that, and I want to go check out their booths.
Alright, thank you.
Welcome back to more floor time. It is about 12:30 in the morning right now, after day one has happened. And before I finish being productive and go to bed, I wanted to sit down and chat with y'all while putting some more ribbons on my badge. I have a stack here, so probably won't get through all of them, but I figured I would do that while debriefing about day one with y'all. I think day one went really well. Again, I don't have much of, I guess, like a marker for what is good for a Friday convention, just because I haven't really done many conventions, or like any really. I'm just like not super sure, but sales total was around $600, and I think profit total was around 400. Also, someone was handing out these, if it's gonna focus, I can't tell, these ones for free, and also this one from the same person is one of my favorites. But yeah, it was a very fun first day. Lots of really good cosplays, lots of ribbons. I went to the ribbon trading event that someone in the artist Discord that I'm in hosted in the Skybridge area of the convention center, and got to trade some of my ribbons for the stack that you saw, which was very fun. It was really fun seeing friends come around. One of my friends from college came around and gave me this one, this Sever These Nuts, which I assume is from Severance, but I haven't actually watched it, so I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, you get to see Unhinged Con items now, because Unhinged Con items. Things that I have to do for the rest of the night before I actually go to bed. I need to go and grab some more composition sticker books because I sold a few of those, and some more Soot Sprite mouse pads, because I sold 4 Soot Sprite mouse pads, which is a lot. So I need to grab more of those and make sure that I have those for tomorrow. And I also need to plug in to charge my items. I struggled so much with the internet, but also I refuse to pay for the expensive Wi-Fi. I don't wanna. I think it's like $80 a day and like $5 off per day if you got all 3 days, which I have not gotten all 3 days now, so it would be $80 for a day for Wi-Fi, for the convention center Wi-Fi, which is a lot of money. I know some other artists ended up losing out on sales because of the Wi-Fi. I was lucky enough that I didn't lose out on any sales because of the Wi-Fi. I do need to make sure that my offline payments for Square are actually functioning, because they weren't functioning for a hot second, and that was frustrating. I've also realized I'm really bad at vlogging. Like, I don't know. I feel okay doing this because I'm in my home and there aren't people that are going to be like watching me film myself. So you probably saw like a few like short-ish clips. Maybe I'm going to voice them over, I'm not sure yet, of day one of like my booth. And ooh, you probably saw a clip of me getting, or like it was me afterwards, but I got a Tamagotchi custom print request with a custom little guy, and I just finished drawing that guy, the little friend, right before sitting down and doing this. So that is why I was up so late in the first place. Ooh, I should also, I told my partner I got a Majima Everywhere from Yakuza ribbon, and that I would give that to him for his, here it is, his badge. So I need to set that aside so that I do not steal it. Oh my goodness, you can already see how, like, I guess you can't see me actually putting these ribbons on, but like, it is so long already. This is going to touch the floor. Ooh, I should also show you. So these top two ribbons are my design. The ones after the chartreuse ribbon, so the purple is my design, but it's part of the Stardew Valley ribbon rally. If a participant gets all of the ribbons, they will get the final ribbon, bonus ribbon, but they have to collect all of these ones from the participating artists around the artist alley. So that's like a fun little side quest. Overall thoughts for day one debrief. I think I expected it to be busier, but I'm not like disappointed with how it was. Just compared to like other events numbers, I did about 50% more like sales at my Pride events last year. But I also don't know if that is weekend versus weekday. And additionally, like this event was about the same cost as one of those other events, specifically like the big Pride events that are like in late June. And those are for one day and this is for 3 days. So also the fact that they provide tables and all that jazz and blah 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 blah. But we shall see how I do tomorrow. Last ribbon, very topical for the moment. I need to go to sleep. We are all set. Let's see if I can show you effectively. Here is the end of day one ribbon train. I don't know if it'll get longer than this because I haven't really been actively going out of my way to collect ribbons. That's the end. Kind of see how long it is a little bit. Beautiful. And then we have the Majima Everywhere from my fiance. There's the pile of oh guys. Also, I think I've been making poor eye contact because I can see my phone screen there in the reflection, and so I think I'm looking there to see like, is this in frame? Can you see it vaguely? And so I'm looking there instead of looking here. So, you know, learning how to talk to a camera and all that jazz. But I will see you. Hopefully I film more for day two. We'll hope I remember. See you soon.
We're starting day two off strong by missing the bus and having to wait for the next bus to be here in 10 minutes. So that's great. Should still make it to the convention center before 10 a.m. by a good margin. I think Google says about 9:20. So I'm so tired. I'm hiding behind my booth right now, and I don't know how this audio is gonna sound. But we have about 1 hour left of the con, and I'm sold out of 2 things, which is fun. I don't think I've ever really sold out of items at an event before, so I need to remember to bring some more tomorrow so that people can get their poached doughnuts and Undertale Shaker keychains. They extended the hours by 3 hours, so we're here until 9 p.m. instead of 6, and we're gonna be here 1 hour early tomorrow at 9 a.m. instead of 10. I appreciate that the staff worked to get us some time back for Artist Alley, but still sucks.
Hello, end of day 2 recap. Today was a lot. So you probably know by now that there was a fire in the Cheesecake Factory, I believe. I heard it was a grease fire. I don't know if that's 100% true, but either way, it made a lot of smoke that required Artist Alley to be evacuated around the time that I showed up, so like around 9:30-ish. And then it was closed to be ventilated because there was smoke in there and they didn't want folks going in there, which is entirely valid, until about 2:30 p.m. So that is about 5 hours of not being in Artist Alley or having it be open. 5 hours lost out of an 8-hour day. Not good. I could think of better things like having Artist Alley be open. But yeah, again, not the event organizer's fault. They can't really control it, and it just sucked for everyone. So we ended up being able to go back in as artists at 2:30, and then at 3 Artist Alley was open to the public again. But yeah, so that was a great start to the day. And then the internet was not interneting for like the first 2 to 3 hours of Artist Alley. Basically from 3 to 6, my internet just was not functioning, including my hotspot, which happened yesterday too, but it usually happened in like 30-minute chunks. And this was like the entire time it was not happening. In addition to that, my Square reader, my card reader, was not connecting to my phone, which was so frustrating. So even though you can take offline payments with Square, it wasn't connecting, so I couldn't take those payments using the reader. And that was really frustrating. Fast forward to like 10 minutes ago, I was testing it at home, and I think my Square reader is just broken now. Like, I thought maybe it was the internet at the convention center because the internet was bad. It just won't connect here either, and it should be fine on the internet here. I tried turning it off, I tried reconnecting it, and I don't know. So tomorrow I will probably be flying with tap to pay, cash, and Venmo, which will be really fun. Hopefully the hotspot will work tomorrow better than it has been. But yeah, the internet was not working. I sent my fiance to try and go buy internet because the internet through the convention center, like the Wi-Fi, is supposed to work better. So he went over to the Artist Alley folks, asked about it. They said, we don't know where our contact who's supposed to be selling y'all the internet is, and haven't been able to get into contact with them. So here's a phone number. They're supposed to be over at this booth over in the corner. Good luck, I guess. So he tried calling, I think once, maybe twice. No one picked up. Braved the crowds to go over and check the booth. No one was there. So we just struggled for like the 3.5 hours by just asking people to pay with cash or Venmo and being very apologetic. I lost out on a couple sales, which sucks. But most people were willing to try using Venmo or had cash on them. I had quite a few people whose Venmo wouldn't load in where my booth is, which still just, I don't know. The internet boggles my mind. But they would try and remember my username and how much they owed me, walk out to where the Sky Bridge was, loaded up Venmo, sent it over, then come back and collect their goods. It's just like, oh, I'm sorry. I wish my technology was working. But yeah, I was really appreciative that everyone was so understanding and really nice. I also finished my book. I finished reading it this morning. This is a book for a book club with some of my friends, and we've been on this book for like, I want to say it's been like 6 months at this point. I think we chose this book back in October. I think all of us have just struggled to read it because I don't like the audiobook. I don't like how they do the audiobook, and I had been listening to a lot of our book club books on audio previously because I find that sometimes it's hard to just find the time to sit down and read a book. And I should go throw some mouse pads in a bag along with some keychains and then call it a night and go to bed. So I shall see you tomorrow. We are now post-convention. I hope that's not too loud in the background. The dishwasher is going, but I'm trying to get this video out today. So I'm gonna kind of chat with you about last thoughts on the event, how the third day went, how I think the overall event went. Also show you some of the items that I bought for myself and for presents for friends. So first off, how the third day went. It went really well. There were a lot less technical issues, internet issues. My hotspot finally actually worked, which was great. I didn't have my Square reader with me because, as I mentioned before, it was not connecting the night before, so I figured I'd just leave it at home and save myself the headache of trying to deal with that. I was just taking tap to pay payments using my phone, and that went pretty well for the most part. I had a couple people that I had to manually enter their card into the Square point of sale, which might have been an issue with lack of internet, but because the internet was steady, it went great. In terms of money, the last day, Sunday, was definitely my best day of the entire con. Saturday might have beaten it if we didn't have the smoke issue and opening 5 hours late. I hit over 1,000 total by the end of the day, just barely. And that wasn't profit, just total sales. But I counted that as a check mark off of my goals for the year. That was a really exciting milestone because this is actually the first time that I've hit over 1K. For the overall event, I hit just above 2.5K in sales. Again, not profits, total sales, which is also really fun. In my finance graphs, in my spreadsheet, I am not in the negative anymore, which is also very exciting. We'll see how long that lasts. Overall, it was a very stressful and tiring event. I also don't think I've done a 3-day event before. I've done a couple 2-day events, but 3 days with like almost 8 hours each, if you're not including Saturday, which ended up being like 12 hours, is really long and tiring and like, oh my goodness. At the end of the event, I was only fully sold out of one item. I had mentioned I sold out of a couple things on day 2. That was just the amount of stock that I had brought with me. I had more here. But I fully sold out of all of my Volatro Joker packs at the end of day 3. So I have the materials to make more, but I don't have any more made right now. So that's also kind of like an exciting milestone of fully selling out of something at an event. I think the one thing that surprised me that didn't sell was I sold 0 Kirby stickers. And that really surprised me because my Kirby stickers usually do fairly well at events, but I sold out of a couple sticker designs of the stock that I had brought to the event, including the M-Coder stickers and the Brain.exe sticker. But now I want to show you what I bought from some of the other artists in Artist Alley at Sakura Con. So I'm going to show you what I bought for myself, and I probably won't show you what I bought for gifts for other people so that they can't creep on this video and figure out their holiday gifts. So for this section, I am going to put the artist name up on the screen so that I don't have to remember it off the top of my head. Thank you so much for hanging out with me throughout the entirety of this video and Sakura Con. Please let me know what you enjoyed from this vlog, what you didn't enjoy. This is my first like full-fledged event vlog video, so I'd love to hear what you want me to keep in my next one and what you want me to change. So give me feedback in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I put out videos every Monday about my art and my art business, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!